If you're going to create a course in Kajabi, don't just build it the right way. Today, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps to create, structure, and launch a high quality Kajabi course, even if you're starting from scratch. Plus, I'm going to show you a trick that most people miss, and that's how to design course thumbnails and graphics without even leaving Kajabi. So let's get started. Before we dive into setting up our example course, let me give you a quick peek at how I structure mine so that you have this as a reference point as we're building out our example. So this is the Kajabi Premier course theme, and this is probably the most widely used course theme that there is because of its simplicity. There are other themes inside of Kajabi. You've got Gamify options, you've got, left-sided sidebars, and of course they launched their creator store where you can now go and purchase different themes for your products, for your courses, for your website, things like that. So there's a lot of different options nowadays. Right now I just have a still welcome image here. I've got a bunch of information here about people getting started when they first jump into the course. Eventually I'm going to have a welcome video here. You can also have a welcome video here. Coming down here, you can see here I have a module. So you're going to think of this as a folder structure, and I'm going to show you how to actually build this out. But the start here is the actual module. That's like the top folder, right? And then under that we have lessons. You can have a module, and then you can have sub-modules broken down into, smaller categories, and then lessons within each of those sub-modules as well. And I'll show you that here. Now this start here module for me is kind of like housekeeping items, when somebody first gets here, how to navigate the course, kind of like we're doing right now. And then of course the community navigation, because I also have a community attached to this course. So housekeeping items here at the beginning, here's technically my first module. It's my second module, but it's my introduction to Kajabi. And then I have it broken down into like these modules, like setting up your website, creating your first product, sales and marketing stuff. At the bottom of this course, and depending on which theme you have, this could be located in a different place. But as you can see here, the community, this is actually a feed directly from my community. Now, if you don't launch a community, you won't have to worry. You won't have this in here. But because I have a free community, I also have some paid communities. Kajabi allows me to actually embed the feed for my course because I actually have a discussion group for this course specifically inside of my community. But instead of them having to jump over to the community itself, they can comment right here in the feed. Now, this is different than the comments inside of each lesson. There's also different ways to display like your content and stuff. I just go with the full video, the full video module just here, just because I like people to stay focused. You can have a playlist down the right-hand side where you have like all the different videos that are in that module. So you can basically have each lesson video kind of down the sidebar. I like to keep people focused on one thing at a time, or they can just click next right here. That moves them on to the next lesson, the next video lesson. If they come down here and they, mark as complete, that will obviously mark it so that they can track their progress. And then you can also see their progress. So I try to encourage my students to mark as complete as they go. And if we keep coming down here, here's the comment section where again, people can comment and talk within each lesson. So I'm going to show you now how to create this entire structure from scratch, how to add the content, how to add all the downloads, the videos, everything. So let's jump over and I'll show you where to get started. So here we are in my partner dashboard under the products tab over here on the left-hand side. You're going to see the same tab with all the same options under your account as well. So what we're going to do is come over here and click get started. And because we're under all products, it's going to ask you, well, which type of product, do you want to create? So obviously we want to create a course. These are the other options that you have in there. And I have tons of tutorials on my YouTube channel. But as you can see here, this has some information down here, available features inside the course. So you got your video content, audio content, your text lessons, quiz and surveys, memberships areas, and exclusive downloads. Some of that stuff I already showed you. Some of that stuff we're actually going to go ahead and create. So let's click get started. So the first place we come to is where you're going to create the title of your course and kind of a brief description. And the reason why they're asking you for this here is, well, it makes sense to start with this anyway. But if you look right here, there's this little option that's checkboxed on right here. Use this info to generate content and additional resources. So Kajabi's AI, AMA or AMA, Ask Me Anything, can actually build out the course for you, kind of build out an outline just based on information that you provide it. The modules, the lessons, the descriptions, everything you need. It also creates landing pages, your offer. It'll even create emails for you. Now, if you're struggling to name your course, I'm going to share with you a trick. Okay, so instead of guessing, use AI. Just use AI to generate high converting titles in literally seconds. So Kajabi's built-in AMA, AI, right? Ask Me Anything, or even like ChatGPT, right? I use ChatGPT for everything pretty much, can help you craft titles that attract your buyers. So try this prompt. Generate 10 compelling online course titles for a course about, and then put your topic in. Focus on clarity, transformation, and curiosity.
So I already have a title picked. We're just going to go ahead with this beginner to guitar pro mastering essentials in 30 days. And then I have a description here already written out that I asked ChatGPT to write me out previously. We're going to go ahead and leave this checkbox on so that we can have Alma help us create this course. So let's click next. Now it does stop and ask us right here to customize some of our course appearance. Obviously we can do this later in the customization settings, but if you want to choose a primary color, as you can see, the primary color is for like buttons and hyperlinks, things like that inside your course. So let's go ahead and choose like a warm color. Let's choose this one. And then of course, let's choose like a soft kind of cream background. There we go. This is kind of a warm palette for your course here. So the next thing we're going to do is upload a thumbnail. Now you don't have to, this could be uploaded later. You could just click next and skip this. As you can see here, recommended dimensions 1280 by 720. And usually when I'm creating my thumbnails, I use either Canva or Adobe Express. Here's a thumbnail that I created previously for this tutorial. I build it out in Canva. I can click share, I can click download. I can choose number 14 and then I can export out the size. Here's 1280 by 720. If I want to do 1920 by 1080, there you go. Just drag that. And then I hit download, save it to my computer, and then we would upload it from there. I've already actually uploaded it, so I'm just going to go here under choose thumbnail. If you want to upload it right, you would choose here, and it gives you a couple different options. You can pull from your Google Drive, from your Dropbox, directly from your computer. But since I already created a thumbnail, let's just go into select recent file. Here's a guitar one. We'll hit select, and there we go. Now that thumbnail's uploaded. So let's click next and move on.
All right, real quick. If you're serious about launching your course and you want to get started on Kajabi, you can actually get a double-length free 30-day trial using my link below in the description. And then that way you have the entire month to build out your course, to test everything out, and then actually even make sales and start making money on the platform before even paying for Kajabi. And of course, if you need a little guidance, then I've also got you covered. When you sign up through my link, you're also going to get free access to my Kajabi Launchpad Accelerator course and community, plus a bunch of other bonuses to help you move forward faster. So if this sounds good to you, just check out the link in the description below.
All right, so let's walk through pricing your course. As you can see here, you have two different options. You have either free or paid. Let me start by showing you these different options here. So you have a one-time payment option, which is kind of the standard, right? Like, okay, like this course is gonna be $37 or $97 or whatever it's gonna be. You also have a multi-pay option. So if your course maybe is a little higher priced, or maybe it's not, maybe it's $97 and you just wanna give people, the ability to pay in 3 easy payments, 3 weekly, it says here, monthly, or even yearly. The next one would be subscription based, which we all know what that is, weekly or monthly subscriptions, depending on what the setup of your course is. So $37, for example, you can click here, click the subscription. You'd put in, let's say we were going to do $37 and you put bill here. Let's say it's every month. So you put every one. You're going to select month here, every 1 month. If you're not sure how to price out your course, I'm going to give you another prompt for ChatGPT. So here's the prompt. It's, I am creating an online course about, go ahead and put in your topic here. I want to understand what similar courses in my niche are charging so I can price my course competitively. Research and analyze current pricing trends for online courses related to this topic. Include the average price range for beginner, intermediate, and advanced courses, examples of top competitors and their course pricing, whether these courses are one-time payment subscriptions or payment plans, any bonus offers or add-on competitors include to justify their price, and how pricing varies based on course length, value, and audience type. So do-it-yourself learners versus professionals. So this should give you a whole range of options on how to price your course. Okay, so after running the prompt, let's say we came up with $97. Here's your payment method. So I use the Kajabi built-in payments. I don't use any other like Stripe or anything like that because I love everything that Kajabi offers. I don't have to worry about multiple platforms or integration or anything like that. So I leave it on Kajabi payments. I can offer Apple and Google Pay. Let's turn those on. Let's just click next and let Amma start creating our course for us. So as you can see, it's doing a course outline. It's creating the landing page. So this is the initial outline. Okay, as you can see here, the tabs here, we got outline, customizes where we're going to actually design and customize the look of the course later. Here's where it shows how many offers you've got associated with this course. You can actually just click on here and it'll kind of show you the offer that it created. Here you go, $97. Here's what it'll show all of your customers as they come into the course. So you'll have all the information and stats. It'll also show you the progress that they're making inside the course. So that's why it's important that you encourage them to hit, complete like module or lesson, because it'll actually, you can track their progress here. Here's where all your certificates will be, you know, if you're going to create certificates and you're going to offer those to your students. And then of course your general settings here, which we're going to go through here in a second. So this is your main content down here. So here is your first module. And if you're not familiar with how courses are kind of structured, again, it's modules. You can possibly have sub modules, which are like subfolders, right? And then you can have, or subtopics, and then you can have your lessons within those modules. And as you can see, Kajabi's Amma has done a great job in giving us the first few modules. This is a module right here. As you can see, the little folder icon, or you see the little kind of document icon right here, that's a lesson. So this drop down has been expanded, and then these are 2 more modules. So getting started with the basics, that's module 1, building your skills, module 2, playing songs and jamming is module 3. You know, if you want to collapse this module, just come over here, click collapse. There you go. So these are our 3 modules. Now, if you want to expand all of them at the same time, just click here where it says expand all. And there we go. Now we've expanded all the modules, and you can kind of see what Amma's created us in terms of lessons. So introduction to the guitar. That one might go before that one. So if you want to move this up, you just kind of drag up. There you go. Just reordered that. Let's click into one of the lessons here. So introduction to the guitar. So you can see that Amma actually already wrote it out. It will write it out for you, kind of gives you a place to start. And then of course you go in and customize, delete, change, whatever you want, or just go with what it created for you. For now, here you got the title of the lesson. Here's where you select the module that this. So if we want to move this lesson and we're not out in the outline, and so we don't drag and drop, we can just select here which module we want it to go under. So it's kind of a quick way to rearrange things as you're in doing things and you're thinking, oh, you know what, I'd rather have this lesson over there. So you can select a new module and it'll automatically move it over there once you save. And this is where you choose your media. So let's say this entire course, like this lesson, could actually just be text and images. And you can do that right here, kind of like a blog post, right? If we want to add a video file, right? We just got done recording a video file. Maybe we use like Camtasia or ScreenFlow. I use ScreenFlow. You can also use natively, like if you have a Mac, you screen capture natively on your Mac. All you do is click here, click pick file, same as the thumbnails. You just choose it from your Google Drive, your computer, whatever. Here you can upload an audio file. Let's go ahead real quick and actually upload a video file just so you can kind of see what this looks like. So we're going to browse file. I'm actually going to go to my desktop because I have a folder here. And here's a video that I did for the Kajabi Launchpad Accelerator. All right, now that the video is uploaded, we're just gonna wait for it to process while I continue to show you a few things. So down here is where you can add downloads. Let's say you have like digital files, PDFs, or maybe you have worksheets that you wanna have for each lesson, or checklists, things that will help. Sometimes I like to include worksheets that they can download here. As a person completes this lesson, for example, right? That's why I think it's so important that you encourage your students to mark complete. If we click on add automation, let's say we want to add an automation like, okay, when this lesson is completed, the introduction to the guitar, then there's all these different options here, right? You can get them to register for events. You can add and remove tags, or the most common ones that I've seen used and that I even use are the send email, send a single use coupon, and send a certificate. So send an email, right? They complete a lesson. It's kind of the same idea, just instead of an email sequence, you send out an automated email that says, hey, Tom, I see that you completed this, this lesson, great job. You're doing great. Keep going. If you have questions, just kind of a check-in, right? And maybe you don't need to check in after every single lesson or every single module, but send a couple check-ins throughout the course. It shows kind of like some personal detail, right? And it's kind of automated, right? So you set it up, and then if people start responding to those emails, then you can answer questions. So our video has been uploaded. Here it is. I'm going to go ahead and come over here, and we're going to click preview and just check out this lesson really quick, see how it looks. So this is preview mode. It's based on all the settings that we set up. Like here's our colors that we set up previously. This is the video player that I was talking about, where the videos are in that module are down the side, but because we only have one video so far in one lesson, we're only showing one video. This obviously is the video player, and then here's your text associated with your lesson and your comment section. Let's actually publish this and click save for now. There we go. And as you can see over here on the right hand side, we now show as published. Now, just because this lesson is published doesn't mean it's going to show up, because we haven't published the actual module itself. So let's go ahead and use the drop down and choose publish. So as you saw there's a few more options for distributing modules. Under your lesson, in the drop down, you have publish and you have draft. That's pretty much it. Under modules, you have a few more options. Let's talk about these really quick. So drip comes in handy when you are pre-selling a course, and let's say you do get the first module with maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or however many lessons you want to have before you actually pre-launch, and then you get founding members to come in. I'm currently doing that with my Kajabi Code playbook, which it's a book, but I'm actually hosting it in course format. That way I can provide the videos and you can copy and paste the codes. If you want to learn more about that, you can check it out on my website, but you can copy and paste the codes into your Kajabi setup directly from inside the course dashboard. And what I'm going to be doing is running a founding members special for the first 20 people. And I'm only going to have like the first module with like 10 different codes in there for the pre-launch. So we can start selling like this guitar course, right? So you click on drip, and here's where you set your drip days after the enrollment. Now, if this one, since it's the first module, is on day 0, they're going to get that module immediately after they sign up. Let's say you want to start selling the course, but you're going to create a launch date, okay, for the course. You do not use this. You want to go here to your offer details. It'll say here drip on a specific date. That's where you'll pick a specific date for that first module to go out. But these drip days are based on enrollment. If we go down here to the next module, let's say we go down to building your skills, which is module 2, and we want to choose the drop down and we want to choose drip. If we're dripping out modules every week, right? The first one would be set to 0. The second one we're going to set to 7. So 7 days after they sign up, 1 week, they're going to get the next one. So the next module would be 14 days. Now, the other option we have here, and I'm going to go under module 2 for this example, is lock. And what lock allows you to do, let's click on this, is set prerequisites that say, okay, my student cannot access this module until they've completed this action. And you can set that up for lessons and modules, and also for assessments and quizzes too. So you can actually set a quiz, and I'll show you how to set that up real quick. Is you can set a quiz so that they have to get a certain passing grade in order to unlock the next module. So as you can see here, it says this module will become locked until the selected lesson is completed. So if we go into this drop down, it's going to lock it by lesson, and it's going to know that introduction to the guitar, that's the one that we just previously published in green over here. That's the one that it's, because there's no other ones published, right? So that's the one that's going to go off of, like, okay, they have to complete that lesson in order to unlock the following module, right? So if we click lock here, you'll see there's this little padlock icon here. You can obviously change that at any time. So they have to come up here. They have to complete this introduction to guitar lesson before they can access this module. Now, if we come up to this first module here under guitar, or getting started with the basics, let's click add content. Let's say that we want to offer a quiz here. So let's click on quiz. Now this is where you can type in the questions. Like, I don't know. What's the name of the first chord? I don't know. I'm just kind of making this up as I go. Here you got some options. So you can make that multiple choice. You can do checkbox answer, short answer. So this question is auto graded. If you, in this drop down, choose like short answer or something where there's not options, it's manually graded at that point, because they're going to type in an answer and you have to manually grade that. There's no way for the computer to know, if what they wrote is correct, that they have the ability to write different things. But if you have a multiple choice where you have specified the answers, then you are able to auto grade this. Okay. So down here is where we give the answer. So what's the name of the first chord? Let's say it's the A chord. Okay, and then we're going to add another option, another answer possibility. So let's do the B chord. I don't know, I'm just kind of making this up here. B chord. Okay, so let's say the A chord is the answer. So we're going to check that. So that's the answer, right? So it's going to auto grade it. The computer knows exactly what the true answer is. And then let's save this so I can show you the settings. Okay, so if we go up under settings right here, here's where you name your quiz, or basically it's kind of like a lesson, really. It's like a quiz. Put in your description, again, thumbnail. So this is where you can set your passing grade for this quiz. Prevent a member from marking quiz as complete without a passing grade. So they can't mark that lesson complete, right? And that's what we need to trigger the following module that we have locked, right? So if we say we want to prevent the member from marking the quiz as complete unless they get a 70% or higher. So if they don't get a 70%, then they're not going to be able to mark it as complete until they take the quiz again. We'll just call it our first module quiz, and we'll click save. So right now, really our setup is this first module. We have our first lesson, and this is technically our second lesson down here because these are not currently published. Again, we marked the locked as this module is locked. They cannot continue the course until this first lesson is completed, but we want to set it so that this lesson or first module quiz is what unlocks this module. So we'll go back in under locked and click this, and then from the drop down menu we're going to select first module quiz and then click lock. So now this second module is locked unless they pass this quiz because of the settings that we set up. So if we want to see how this looks, let's go under preview. So here's kind of our dummy course. I'm going to show you how to customize this here briefly in a second. But as you can see, here's our first introduction to the guitar and our first module quiz. So let's say we're jumping into the introduction to the guitar. Okay, we're here, we're watching the video. We want to mark it as complete. Okay, Now it says, great job, keep going. And you can customize all this text, and they're going to click next lesson. So it's going to take them now to the first module quiz, right? Because we don't have any other lessons currently set up. So we're going to click start now. What's the name of the first chord? And you remember we selected A chord as the correct answer. So we're going to select B chord. So we only have one question in here. So if we get it wrong, that's basically a failing grade, right? That's a 0. We're going to go ahead and submit our answer. And of course, it's going to be wrong. You know, if you continue, you won't be able to change your answers. Click yes, submit. And here you go. We failed the quiz. So they would see what a list here of all the questions that they got wrong, that they failed the quiz, that you need a 70% or higher to pass. You did not do that. So we're going to X out of here. So here they can retake the quiz, or see, mark is complete is grayed out, right? But over here, look, here's an option for them to move on to the next module. Watch. So they're like, oh, I can bypass this quiz. They're going to click next module. This post is locked. See what I mean? So to gain access to this post, please complete this module. So they click first module quiz, boom, and they have to pass this quiz. All right, so now I want to show you how to customize the theme for your course. So if you go under here where it says customize at the very top bar, we're going to click customize. We're just going to briefly touch on this. So this is your current theme right here. We're currently using the Premier product theme. We're going to click here on customize. And this is going to take you to the kind of like the page editor, if you're familiar with the page editor for Kajabi. Okay, so just like the page editor, I'm just walking through a few things real quick here. On the left-hand side here are your different sections that you can click on and edit each section, right? So this is like your hero section, right? So your hero is like this text, and you can put like an image in the background. So if we click on the hero section, we can come here and we can remove the hero section if you decide not to have a hero section. The hero section basically displays this information. So if we click on this information, you can see here on the left, it says product info. So we can show our title or show description, or we can hide it. Now you'll see how the text is white, because when we were setting up the course, right, it didn't ask us about what color we wanted our text, right? So let's go back and let's go under the hero section. And as you can see right down here, we have a text color option. So we can go in here and we can actually, let's just make this a darker color. There we go. So we can read it a little bit better. You can change the alignment of the text. So you can have it on the left, you can have it on the right. Now it's pulling this text from the text that we put in the beginning, right? Like the description and the title. That's where it's getting this text from. So if you want to put in custom text inside of the course here, all you got to do is click on this text, go back to our options here. You can turn off show title or show description, back in the hero section, and we scroll down to the bottom here. This is where you can add more blocks or more elements. So if you don't want to use the standard, just click add content. And now we can add in, again, our own text right here. So instead of the product info, we can add in our own text. So maybe we put in a little shorter description, right? Because that description was a little lengthy. Maybe we want to actually then move that description, above the button. There we go. So you can customize pretty much anything in this course until your heart's content. So that's the way that you really want it. Here's your welcome body. This is the one that I was talking about before in the Kajabi Launchpad Accelerator, where right now it's not even showing. If we click show welcome body, you can see how it added this block right here. Maybe you want to add in an image right here in this section. You can just click on this and adds an image right in, an image box right in here.
Now, most people go to Canva or Photoshop to design their course images, but here's something that you might not know. Kajabi has built-in integration with Adobe Express, and then that means that instead of like exporting and downloading and then re-uploading an image, you can actually design everything right inside of Kajabi and then update it instantly. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that it doesn't work for every single image inside of your course. It's only for specific ones. Unfortunately, I'm hoping that Kajabi eventually launches this feature for all images inside your course, especially when setting up your course from the very get-go, so you can kind of upload those thumbnails and kind of move on. But let me show you how this integration works with Adobe Express.
So in order to do this, it's real simple, okay? Once you've selected the image block, come over here to where it says select image and click on the dropdown, and you can see that it gives you some options here. Right now, let's go ahead and just select a recent file like the one that we did here, the Beginner Pro guitar. Let's select this one just so we can add an image, and I can show you what the dropdown will look like. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna go back here. I'm just gonna move this image up. So that's at the top. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and hide this video block as well, so that it changes their spacing there. Now if we click on this image, let's say we want to change this out for something else. Maybe we want to edit it. Maybe we want to remove this Kajabi logo up here in the left hand corner. We can click on select image, and as you can see, it added an edit image option here now. So let's say we already have this image here and we want to edit it. So we're just going to click edit image. It's going to go ahead and pull up my Adobe Express account, which I'm already currently logged into. and it'll pull up the editor. But notice, look at the window. Notice how we didn't actually leave Kajabi. We're still in the Kajabi window. It's just accessing my Adobe Express account from here. So we could do anything to this image. We could do anything. Let's say we want to remove this Kajabi logo. So we're going to click on remove object. We're going to use the brush and we're just going to, highlight over it and we're going to click remove. And there you go. So it removed the K, it removed the Kajabi logo, and we can obviously choose from different results here if we wanted to choose for better results, depending on what we were doing. I'm going to go ahead and click keep. Okay, so we're going to keep that version of it. And I'm going to close this. And now that Kajabi logo is gone. We're going to come up here to the right-hand side and click save image. And I'm just going to go ahead and choose a PNG file and click save image. Now watch, it's going to save the image and then it's going to automatically update inside the course dashboard. See? So now it's uploaded that image. Now, if we ever want to edit it again or revert back to the previous image, if we want to revert back to the previous image, just come up here and click undo and it brings that image right back, right? And then we'll click redo. But if we want to actually go in and put it back and re-edit it and all that stuff, all we got to do is do the exact same process. Now, the other options we have here is like, let's say you don't have an image yet, you can generate an image with AI. You can go in there and say, create me a thumbnail with a guitar on it, with this title on it, and it'll create you a thumbnail. This one I previously created, before this tutorial, but you can create one using AI. You can also start from scratch with Adobe stock. So if we were to click on this and we want to create a new image from scratch, let's see what it pulls up. So it's going to go inside my account here, and notice how it's giving us now a blank canvas to work with. So if we want to add a photo in here, let's say we add this dude in here, and then maybe we want to add him in, and then we want to put some text, whatever you want to do, right? You're going to click save image, same process, save as PNG, click save image, and then it'll add whatever you created, it'll add it in there. Isn't that amazing? I love that. I can't wait until they add that to all of these images in the course product so that we can actually edit all of our images without having to leave Kajabi.
Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, okay, but I still need help with marketing, the pricing, or launching my course the right way, then I've got you, because my Kajabi Launchpad Accelerator breaks it all down step by step so that you don't just build a course, you actually sell it. So if you want the details, I'll drop the link in the description below and you can check it out. Remember, if you sign up for my 30-day free trial of Kajabi through my affiliate link, you can actually get the course for free.
So if we go over here under the settings for the course, remember this tab right here. So we have the customize and all these options. If we go under settings, this is a really cool feature I want to show you. So here's where you can go in and change your title, descriptions, and thumbnails in the future. But right here, you can actually provide a live video session for this course. So maybe you have a weekly, like it says here, a weekly Q&A for the course. You want to touch base with your students on a weekly, monthly, whatever you want to do basis, whatever you're offering. It can actually include the live room directly in your course. So it's like having Zoom, right? Built directly into the course in Kajabi. And I must say it's a much better experience than actually using Zoom. And all of your students get access to this. They get notified. It's on their schedule. And what this does, let me show you this. So if we say, let's just say we do want to just offer it as a weekly Q&A. Let me show you what it does inside of your, I'm just going to put some lettering in here. Let's pick a schedule here. Let's say we say occurs every, let's just do what it says. So it occurs every Friday. Up here, let's turn on the premium videos. We get high quality video. And then here's another great option for this, right? Automatically upload the recordings as lessons. So what it will basically do, and I'm going to show you, is it'll create the live room as a module. And then every single video that you upload, that automatically uploads when you're done with the live Q&A. See, it says right here, publish lessons after upload. So you can have them uploaded, but they won't be published. You'll have to go in and manually do it. Maybe you want to go in and preview the video, before, maybe you need to make some edits or changes. But if you want to just auto publish those lives, then you never have to think about it. You go live, and when you're done, when that live conference session ends with everybody, all you have to do is close it out and it'll automatically upload it, create it as a lesson, which you can then go in and write in a description or whatever you want to do. And then it'll publish the lessons and send email notifications to all your members that the video is live. So you don't even have to think about it, right? So let's go ahead and click save, and I'll show you what that looks like inside the course. Okay, let's go over here to our outline on the left-hand side. And right here, you can see it's created as a module. Here's where I can actually click and go live. We're not going to do that right now, but let's click preview and we'll see what this looks like in here. And as you can see right here, weekly Q&A. So it's already posted, right? So if we were one of your students and they click in here, weekly Q&A, and here's where they can join to go live. So if they know every Friday and you have automated email set up and reminders, kind of like a webinar, right? Reminding them of this, right? Right now there's only one in here, right? The weekly. But as you post more, they're going to become lessons. And then this audio player, the playlist section is going to fill out with all your different trainings. You can actually sell this as one of your offer stacks when you're selling your course, that they get access, lifetime access to all of these, weekly, monthly, whatever trainings. And of course, in this kind of lesson here is where it's kind of like a hub, right, for all the video content. So they can click to join to go live, or they can rewatch all the old ones. And you can categorize them. You can even set up, because they're lessons, right? You can even set up automations and things. It's really, really cool.
All right, that's it. So now you got everything that you need to build and launch your own Kajabi course. So if you found this helpful, do me a favor, drop a comment below and let me know, what course are you working on? What course are you creating? I'd love to hear what you guys are working on. And if you want more step-by-step Kajabi tutorials, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any new videos. And if you're ready to dive deeper into Kajabi, check out the Master Kajabi playlist that I have here linked in the cards, or you'll find it in the description below, where I have a lot more in-depth Kajabi tutorials to help you guys get familiar with the platform. And I will see you guys in Kajabi.